My name is Miles. I'm the owner of Ghost Mountain Group. Today, we're doing a build breakdown on my 10.5-inch night vision setup. This is a gun that I have set up very specifically for when I'm shooting with night vision. I'm not LEO, I'm not military, I work in the gun industry. I have for about a decade now. I do photo, I do video, and I do a lot of night stuff in relation to that when I'm shooting for companies like Dead Air, where flash at night is something that we focus on, or night vision companies. So I do end up shooting at night quite a bit, and hence I built a setup dedicated to that. The reason I did a dedicated setup is because all the things that make this gun nice to shoot with night vision kind of make a normal setup a little heavier, especially in the front, than I care for. I don't always love a big optic riser. I do like them a lot of the time, but not always. I just went ahead and catered this as much as possible for nighttime shooting. To do that, I made a few pretty specific decisions, one of them being the suppressor. This is a Lazarus 6 from Dead Air, and it is excellent about hiding flash at night. At night, when you have night vision on, it amplifies all the light. Obviously, you guys probably know that. So having a can that keeps the muzzle flash down makes the shooting experience a lot more fun. I do have a B.E. Meyers Maul right here. This is the civilian version. The reality is that for me to get a full power laser, there's hoops you have to jump through. It's more expensive. Warranty is hit or miss. And I just didn't want to deal with that. I'm not doing anything other than shooting for fun. So civilian power was more than enough for me. And actually, most of the guys I know that do have full power end up running diffusers because it blows out their night vision pretty easily. So I have been very happy with this civilian Maul right here. I do have a Surefire Scout light that is tucked up right under there. It has a Mod Light PLH V2 head. It is the version of the Scout light that has the swivel mount, and I love that because I can swivel it up and tuck it really close to the Maul without it touching. For me, the laser, similar to an optic, similar to a free float barrel, I don't want stuff touching it because it is a zeroed piece of the rifle. I don't want anything to interfere or potentially change my zero on that laser. So being able to get the light really close without touching it is nice. For the tail cap here, I can't remember the name for this, but it is the tail cap that has a cable and a manual button. I like that a lot. I actually think if this didn't exist, I would just run a push button tail cap, because not that this is a scenario that would necessarily apply to me, but my buddy Slade from Irregular Defense, he once told me white light NDs get you killed. So because of that, I have changed my whole viewpoint on button setups. Part of why here my white light button is pretty far back from where my grip is. I wanted everything to do with white light completely separated. If I can't see anything, I can feel the differences. It's a different style button, so I can tell if I'm on the Maul or if I'm on the white light. I took that phrase from Slade to heart, and I set this gun up with that in mind. As far as controls, I have the Driven Arms Co. short stop on the front. This is the one for, obviously, for pick rail. I love the short stop. It is my favorite hand stop because of a few specific reasons. First of all, aesthetics. I love the way this thing looks, and if you say you don't care about aesthetics, you are lying. No one believes you. Looking good is, at least for me, especially using all my guns for content, just as important as functioning good. Function obviously takes priority, but if you can look good and function good, why wouldn't you? I love the texture on the short stops. I love the way they look. And for me, a lot of the other vertical grips and like hand stop style things are a little bit too long. I C-clamp on the rail. And so when I'm up and I'm shouldered, this is plenty long. It's not sticking out any further than I need it to. It's not gonna snag on anything else. It's not gonna poke me in the back if I have the rifle slung. All of this is resting on a Superior Weapon Systems quad rail. They made this one for me special. They engraved Ghost Mountain on it, and it's got my little ghosty head logo on the front there. Those guys are awesome. This quad rail has been super solid. I have not had any issues with losing zero. And part of the reason I chose a quad rail is because I wanted a very rigid, very stiff rail to maintain zero on this laser. This has done exactly that. I'm a sucker for a quad rail, and Superior Weapon Systems does them right. The receiver set is a mixed set. The upper is just Midwest Industries, and the lower is a JMAC Customs. They're both forged mil-spec, and because of that, I have the Driven Arms Co. mil-spec magwell on here. I'm a firm believer that you should give yourself every mechanical advantage that you can, as long as it doesn't hinder anything else. A magwell is a no-brainer, whether it's rifle, handgun, anything like that. run a mag well, get your reloads down better, especially on a build for night vision where there's limited visibility. A mag well is a game changer. Rest of the parts in the lower, this is a Geisley single stage trigger. I do not remember which model. There are too many versions with too many letters and numbers to remember. Single stage, it's awesome. That's all I know about it. That's all I remember about it. I have ambi safety selector. For me, it's not a necessity, but it does make things really nice, especially because my hands and my wrists are kind of messed up, so movement is pretty limited. I do have a Parker Mountain Machine bad lever on this gun. Some people don't like bad levers. I love them. I've never had an issue with them. Again, I'm not like a guy on duty or anything. I'm just shooting at the range with my buddies and for work. So I have never had any issues with a bad lever. I love this Parker Mountain Machine one. It has been awesome. In the upper, I do have a bootleg adjustable bolt carrier group. I don't have an adjustable gas block, and because I will shoot this with several different cans, sometimes no can, with can, I wanted some adjustability in there. And too, with ammo, I almost never am shooting the same ammo. It's reman, it's whatever's cheapest at the store that day. So I wanted to have a little flexibility with gas. I did it by putting in the bootleg adjustable bolt carrier, and that has been awesome for me so far. It has 4 settings between suppressed and unsuppressed. I also have an H2 buffer weight and a Springco blue spring in here. So between all those different parts, I can really kind of dial it around to cater to the can and the ammo that I'm shooting with that day. This is an EOTech EXPS3, which is the night vision and the regular reticle, no multiple dots or anything. So EXPX3-0. I do have the 100 Concepts ARD on the front of it. Realistically, for me, this is mostly to protect the lens, because obviously if I was worried about reflection for everything, I would also have it on my light, but it's more to protect the lens because I throw this gun in and out of trucks and stuff all the time. So this version is also the QD, so it sits a little bit taller, and it's on top of this American Defense Manufacturing riser. And those two combined have given me a really good height where I can do heads up shooting. This has been a good height for night vision. My nods don't get in the way of anything. And because the way this riser is, I can add a magnifier in back if I ever want to. I have the Geisley airborne charging handle. I like this because it doesn't stick out too much when I have the rifle slung. If it's too pointy or sticks out too far, it digs into my back. Next, we come down here to my grip. This is arguably one of the most important things on the gun because it is what your dominant hand interfaces with, and a huge portion of control. I have the Driven Arms Co. ULCG Gen 2. A lot of letters and numbers, but I did remember that one. I love these grips, especially when combined with the short stop. I have really good control of this gun. The reason I like this, the compact, the big versus the small, that doesn't make a gigantic difference in how I interface with the gun for me. I like the compact. My hands aren't gigantic. I don't need anything bigger than that. Both the compact and the full size feel great, but this is just the one that I ended up going with. Texture on this is perfect for me. I get great purchase. I really, really like this setup. It's very comfortable in my hand. One thing I do love about all my Driven Arms Co. grips that doesn't necessarily apply to this gun, it's more when I'm shooting a platform that's geared towards precision, is they have a good palm swell. So for comfort, that's awesome on this gun. For precision, it provides a little bit of a thumb ledge for when I'm having my grip with my thumb over, so I have a little better and more crisp input to the trigger. Down here at the base, we have a Magpul CTR stock. I do like that it just has a little bit of friction lock on there. And hanging from the gun, I am running a Flatline Fiberco sling in Tiger Stripe. I've also got a Law Tactical folder on here. This is very convenient for if I'm packing it into a backpack or a bag. Folds down, fits in a lot more bags that way. And yeah, that about wraps it up for the build breakdown on this 10.5-inch night vision build. Listen, I know we all really like our rifles. Thank you for listening to me talk about one of mine.